to another exciting session of Spirit Sessions of View of the Light. I am one of your humble hostesses, Teresa Warren, and with me is Rhonda Elliott, our other humble host from Canada. And we are here today with a returning guest who we are so excited about. Rhonda, will you tell us all about her?
Well, Meg was with us about 20, she said May 21, 22, I don't know.
22, yeah.
22. So she was here a little over a year and a half ago. Anyways, Megan was being mentored by Jackie Dennison, who is one of the rescue mediums. And so Jackie said, "Oh, you should speak to Megan." So we did, and we've fallen in love with this wonderful medium. She's so talented, and really, I think she's being guided by spirit, like we talked about. And the more she trusts the spirit, the more she's opened up, and the more adventures she's had, and the more adventures with spirit she's had, and it's pretty amazing. So Megan, why don't you tell us like your connection story and how you got started in this? And I've just given a little preview, and where you're from too, because everybody's excited. And everybody share this out and tell us where you're coming from, because we love you being here.
Oh, thank you, first of all, for having me. I really appreciate it. You're amazing, beautiful souls, what you do for the people. So thank you. So yeah, my name is Megan, and I live in Manchester in England. So I'm all the way across the pond from you ladies. So thank goodness for technology these days. And yeah, so the reason why I wanted to call this interview today Guided by Spirit is because I'm a full-time spirit medium, and I do readings for clients, and I do Reiki as well. So but I do specialise in readings and grief. I pretty much call myself a spiritual grief counsellor, but I love my job, absolutely love it. And the first time I would say sensed a spirit, saw a spirit, and started communicating with spirit was when I was 7. Wow. And it was quite a spooky story. So yeah, I don't know if you wanted to hear about it.
Sure. I'd love to hear about it. Is it still spooky to you now, or it's not spooky now?
Well, it was. I was asleep in a hotel, and I just suddenly got woken up, and I don't know why. I didn't hear a noise, but it was really dark, and I just like sat up out of bed, and I looked at the bottom of my bed, and I saw a little girl, and she was holding a teddy bear, and she was in like a nightgown. It was typical haunted horror film movie that you would expect to see, but you know, I know the spirit world isn't portrayed like that in reality. That's the entertainment world really for movies, but yeah, it really did scare me, and I just shut my eyes like that. I remember just closing my eyes and she'd gone. Yeah.
So did you tell your parents at that point in time?
Yeah, I shouted my mum, and I was like, "Mum!" And she came running down the little corridor that was there, and she's like, because it was a family room that we were in, it was quite large, and she's like, "What's the matter?" I was like, "I've just seen a little girl," and she's like, "Go back to sleep, it's okay."
Oh wow.
So the next morning, my mum spoke to the manager of the hotel, and he just smiled, and he went, "Oh, so your daughter met her then?" And my mum's like, What do you mean?"
Wow.
So it was like since then, and you know, as I've got older, it's become more powerful. And then when I was 18, I was old enough to go on to the psychic development course with Jackie Steve. Jackie Steve, what? Even about Steve last night. That's why. So Steve Furlong and Jackie Dennison. So Jackie and Steve, yeah, they're amazing, and they helped train me and develop my intuitive ability.
Wow.
So yeah, and
or to trust your intuitive ability, right?
Yeah, and I've just been guided by spirit ever since. Like I always tell my clients that they are my bosses. They tell me what to do up there, and people think I'm crazy, but you know, honestly, I could write a guided meditation on paper for my client, you know, or when I'm doing my psychic development teaching, and I could pre-written, all done, all sorted. I'm ready to go. And then a mid-meditation, my client's like zoned out with their eyes closed, completely unaware of all this. And I'm like, I can hear my spirit guide now telling me to change the meditation. I'm like, why? Or my client's loved one in spirit, like a nana or a father, mum, whoever it may be, telling me to change the wording because that client has been through something this week and they need extra grounding or extra protection. I'm like, okay. So I just go off what they're telling me, and it's quite nerve-wracking, but I just have to trust, in the process. It is crazy, but yeah, I just have to trust them, and they guide me, and I do love it. I absolutely love my job. I really do.
I can understand that.
Yeah. I can't hear Rhonda. I don't know why.
What it is? I got to put on my glasses.
Oh, sorry, I did that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't see.
No problem. I just saying what Tawanda.
Oh, hi.
Relieved to know someone else feels this way, operating from fully from intuition. I believe she is the same as you, a lot, very closely. So yeah, and do you find it's hard to operate that way?
Well, yeah, I try to ground myself as much as I can before I do any spirit or energy work. But I also understand that spirit is energy, isn't it? They are energy, and they have to use something to channel. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's psychics, mediums, intuitive healers, people who are empaths. They somehow come to us, or they are attracted to our light for some reason the most. So I'm using those batteries, my spiritual batteries, to just try and channel whatever needs to be channeled. So I can only do so many messages and so many readings in a day, so I do get tired towards the end. I try to start my readings in the morning and moving over to the early afternoon, and then after that I'm just like, oh no, I'm going to sleep now, spirit, leave me alone. Yeah, but I absolutely love my job though. I really do. Wouldn't change it. Would not change it. But I'm doing readings in my sleep at the minute. Honestly, spirit won't leave me alone. They just keep. I was having a really weird dream last night. Spirit were coming to me again, and I was like, oh no.
I'm sleeping. Come on, these are my office hours.
They should know, but there's no time in spirit. They don't have a watch. They don't.
I guess you're going to have to ask one of your spirit guides to these are my office hours. You be the gatekeeper. You be the doorman.
Exactly.
And say, when I go to bed till I wake up, you're the doorman. You just keep them away. Let me just have my peace.
Exactly. Yeah. I made my client laugh the other day. I had Reiki with her, and I was doing a Reiki session, and I don't know about you girls, but so I start off with the crown. And then I just slowly move down the chakras. But then where was I? I was on her crown chakra, and then I moved to the ears for the connection of the throat chakra. Then I put my hand on her heart here, and then they suddenly skipped. They told me to move straight away and skipped the solar plexus and the sacral, and I went straight to ground her and near her knees. And it turns out she had really bad problems with her knees and issues. I was thinking, what are we going to do now? Because I'm like over here, not near her knees. I've missed here.
No, you haven't missed. That's
yeah.
And I find that a lot of times I start at the feet, and then I have to go back up, and I'll go all over the body. It's
because when you clear the feet and everything, then everything's moving. So whatever's moving through and out has a clear way to go.
Yeah. It's beautiful, isn't it, Reiki?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I imagine sometimes spirit comes through when you're doing Reiki as well. Like you're channeling source energy. So sometimes spirit that wants to talk to them from your client's point of view steps in.
Yeah, they do. They do. I try my best. Like, if they've got a message, I will just allow that to flow. But I do try, really do focus, when it's Reiki, focus on my client really, and why they've come for Reiki, their needs, what they want to get out of it. So that's why I try and focus on them. Excuse me. But if spirit are there, you know. I had a beautiful Reiki session not long ago as well, and I kept hearing sister, and I said, I'm so sorry, I just need to just ask you, have you got a sister in spirit? And she's like, yeah. And she was only young, and it was sad, but I said, oh, I can feel her on the right of me. So your sister's putting her hands on your heart.
Wow.
For Reiki. She's channeling Reiki for you. And I'm like, I'm further down with the lower chakras, and we were both doing Reiki, and I've never actually experienced that before. And I didn't know spirit could do that, you know.
Oh, I've done like group Reiki sessions where we do a Reiki share, and sometimes people will feel hands on them when nobody's hands are on them in that spot. So we know that team, like when we invite in only those of the highest light can enter, that we have Reiki ascendant masters and healing angels that come with us, and their healing angels, sometimes they just join in.
Yeah. So, they just get attracted to the light, isn't they? We're working with light, and spirit guides, angels, archangels, the ascending masters, they're like, oh, what's going on there? Let's go to that light. And we're like, hello.
Yeah.
And then the next minute, the room is full of people.
Full of bright light. As I said, only those who have the highest light and vibration can enter here. So that's kind of a bit of an invitation when we call them in and allow that when we're doing that. And you know, so it's okay, because it's all source light coming in and our source energy coming in for healing.
You know, I've done Akashic readings like on Rhonda and other people who do Reiki, and Rhonda was the first one I seen this on, and what the angels were showing me was so funny. There's like angels coming out of the hands, and I'm like examining that. What does that even mean? And then so I'm listening to them and talking, and they consider us to be a part of their team. We're just the ground crew. And so oftentimes they have people that they're working with that they're trying to get over to us. You know, in the meantime, we're looking for our clients. They're trying to shoo the people, hey, go this way, meet this person and stuff. So it's really exciting.
There's a message that's just popped up, and I've just seen it says about, okay, that's sweet.
Yeah, Megan, that sounds so beautiful to have a sister lay her hands on her heart, because probably some of her discomfort or disease was from her broken heart, from her sister's passing.
Probably.
Yeah, it's awesome.
When I'm talking to ladies, I don't know why I can smell alcohol or like someone in spirit. I don't know whether someone used to, I don't know, drink or as an alcoholic. Don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that for you?
Trying to get in the show. That's all I can say.
I feel like I'm in a brewery. It's weird. I can smell
beer.
Yeah. Who's that?
It could be my dad. He always wants to be a center of attention. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Dad. You know, he's been gone for quite a while. So, but that's another story.
How amazing is it?
And well, I guess it could be not mine. My Tawana's Yvette's parents were alcoholic.
Oh wow.
Teresa, could you tell me her name, how to say it, because I'm butchering it here.
Well, now that I think about it, I go Tawana like
Tawana.
that.
Tawana. Okay. Sorry, Tawana. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. So all these experiences, and you've had them, like, are any of your parents or grandparents psychic, or has that ever come up? Is it in your lineage?
Me and my mum do talk about this quite a lot, because when my mum was pregnant with me, she said that she had a dream, and my granddad's mum visited my mum. Yeah, my granddad's mum visited my mum in a dream and told my mum that she was pregnant. So the next day she did a pregnancy test, and it was me. Hello. And so that's kind of like the only thing my mum has ever had experience. But then she did say that as she did when I was born, and then obviously I was too young at the time, like 1 and 2, way too young to be like channeling spirit at the time. But my mum said she did occasionally experience a few like weird encounters, yeah. But not it's weird though, because I don't know where my mum would get it from. We think it might be my granddad's mum who visited my mum in the dream. We think it might be her. Yeah. I think so.
I mean, it's interesting. Sometimes I think it skips, or sometimes like trauma in a family can just squash it, like.
Yeah.
Or sometimes trauma in a family can open it wide open as well, right? It can just like, oh, okay, that's the bomb that needed to go off so I could get into this. And we never know where it comes from. But your mom is very accepting of it, I take it. Obviously, she's very supportive. And I think that's a great ground crew you have, right? Your mom.
Yeah, she's my biggest supporter. And she's my boss.
She's your boss? Awesome.
She's watching in the other room.
Oh, sweet. Love it. Love it. I mean, that's really supportive to have people around you that don't poo-poo you or you want to burn you at the stake.
What a difference, huh?
Like that.
Yeah.
How's the community where you live in? Is there a lot of spirit workers and like people that you can talk to this about your abilities beyond your clients?
Yeah, there are in Manchester, yeah. But so since my dad passed, I've actually started to, it's been so weird. There's so many people have been coming to me and they've become friends, and the spiritual community have just come out of nowhere. And I'm like, wow, what's going on? It's like my dad has sent everybody to me and to do loads of healing work and meet new connections and networking. It's been beautiful. But I do go to something called sober raves. I don't know if you ladies have heard of ecstatic dances, but I do go to. It's when you dance to really like healing music, but sometimes it can be quite fast paced, and you do sound like you're in a bit of a nightclub. But you don't drink. We drink cacao instead.
Oh, neat.
Oh yeah, that can give you a high though. I can tell you that's pretty cool stuff.
I know. I drank it first time ever, and my heart rate went up. It was like this, and I couldn't sleep.
Oh my goodness.
That keeps you awake for a while.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Lots of caffeine in that stuff.
wow.
Oh.
When did you start doing that? Swallowing the fire and the sword and stuff.
Oh my goodness me. I can't do that right now, but yeah, I've been fire eating.
Wow.
I don't know how I started doing that. I mean, I've always wanted to do it, but
I'm sorry, I can't imagine that would be on my list. Sorry.
I think it's the coolest.
Oh, it's so cool to watch. It makes me just about die every time I see you do it.
I'm like, right on.
my mum watches me sometimes, and she's like, her eyeballs coming out of the socket. She's really like,
oh, wow.
As a mom, I can understand why that happens.
Yeah, I am trained in it. I did do my training. I know what not to do, and how hot the flame can get when it's melted more into the wick. So the closer it gets to the wick, the more you don't do any eating and body burning. You have to time it. You have to really be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, I can sort of flashes back to memories of my friends breathing in lighter fumes and lighting them, trying to imitate the band Kiss. Remember?
Oh, right.
Blowing fire and
yeah.
God. Anyways.
Oh, wow.
It is dangerous. It's really dangerous because if you set yourself on fire by accident, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so scary.
I know.
Twice.
So, what your clients that come to you, you were talking about you're a medium grief counselor, sort of in spirit. So, do you find that the clients that come to you have some certain things that are in common with you? Is that why you kind of why they are drawn to you and why you sync up to them? You can really empathize with them, because I've heard that spirit shows sort of things that like people who come to you, usually you can get what they're saying because you're on their same kind of wavelength.
Yeah. Most of the time well, majority of the time, my clients are coming in because they've lost a loved one. So I always say, I don't know whether this applies to anybody else, but with myself, I always say a reading can go two ways. It can go me just talking about spirit, my client's loved ones, and that's what my client needs to hear right there, right then. Or it can go where I'm just talking about my client, where it's like, oh, I can see like, oh, your job's changing and this is happening in your life and blah, blah, blah. You know, there's not really much spirit interaction. And then they say to me, well, where are you getting your information from? Well, it's just because my guide is actually communicating with me, really. So you don't have to have someone in spirit to have a reading, you know, because people have actually still got a lot of the family there with them and the physical.
Yeah.
So, but when they do look for a reading and they come for a reading, it's majority of the time, yeah, it is mainly spirit coming in. And I actually said to my mum, was it yesterday or it was yesterday? I said, Mum, I've noticed I've had a lot of dads come through recently in spirit, more than mums. And I said, loads of people are losing their dads. I've lost the dad. I don't know what's going on, but I've had an enormous amount of father figures in spirit, and a lot, more than females, more than mums. It's been really unusual. But I also think it's somehow, some way, my energy, or I don't know whether I'm attracting it. I don't know because I've lost my dad and that was recent. So I actually don't know that whether he's trying to communicate, but I haven't had a specific, like a reading, like I do a reading for clients. I haven't had that direct message off him because it's my own dad. It's hard when it's your own family. It's really difficult. You know, you can't read for yourself, can you?
It's like tickling yourself. It doesn't work. I mean, you could do Reiki on yourself, but it's not the same as having someone do Reiki on you. I always say, and Reiki on yourself is fine, but you don't have the same sensations, and it works.
Yeah.
But reading for yourself, like you have probably a knowing, but it's not like, yeah. It's also, you think you're talking to yourself, right? But if somebody else, it's not more validating if somebody else tells you the stuff.
Yeah.
That you need to hear, because you need to hear it through somebody else's voice rather than in your head.
Yeah, it's true. Because sometimes you think, is that my own thought in my head that is coming to me, or is it genuinely spirit? Because when I know I'm doing a reading, I know it's not my thoughts and feelings. It's coming from somewhere, and I know it's spirit. So, but a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, you can read for yourself. Your dad will come to you. You'll be able to sense him," and it's really not the case at all. So it's weird. It's a weird scenario, but
but I guess perhaps your energy, you know, the empathy that you have of losing a dad is probably radiating, and you're shining that particular filter on your light, and that's what is attracting other spirits. They're poking them, saying, pick her, when they look you up on Google, you know, and they're Googling spirit mediums in Manchester area. Now, do you do over Zoom too, or over like you do Zoom ones too? So anybody all over the world can contact you.
Definitely. Yeah. And it's crazy how spirit can still communicate when my client is in Australia, which I've had recently, and they're just like hours ahead, you know, and Canada, America. I'm so lucky. I am very grateful. Yeah. But
that's pretty cool. I mean, I know I do Reiki long distance. I have a client that's in the UK, and we've done some amazing work over the years, but it's just like us communicating with you. It's through energy, so spirit has no problems getting on hold on this place, right, T? They have no problems going over this. So you have sound bowls. Tell us how you got into sound bowls.
These are my children here, but you can't see them properly, but these are my children, and I'm looking after them.
Because you can just dong them a little, just give them a little introduction.
I don't know if you can see them, but they are
beautiful.
Oh, don't want to knock them.
They're quartz, aren't they?
Yeah, they're from America. Yeah, they're from crystal tones. So they are. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of crystal tones, but the reason why I bought, so I have 5 overall, but I've put 3 out on purpose just because I wanted to just do 3, play 3. But when I lost my dad, I don't know about anybody else listening to this or you ladies, but I kind of like shut down and I thought, how am I going to deal with this? Because I don't know. And then I know a lot of other people kind of like talk about it and they're open about it, and I just went really silent. So I decided to go onto YouTube and listen to guided meditations, healing frequency music, you know, different sounds, binaural beats, things like that. And I thought, oh, sound bath. Sounds all right, that. It's helping me. And I thought, you know what? I should look into this. So because I play the piano and I used to do music at college, and I thought, well, I feel like I'm out of practice really, but I wanted to get back into music, spiritually though, rather than like reading sheet music. I wanted to play from the heart rather than playing just from reading it, if you know what I mean. So I decided to get the sound bowls, and instead of getting the 7 chakras, you know, because you can get 7 bowls, I did a lot of research of healing and deep inner healing, and like the chakras between your chakras, the bridges between the main chakras, and I was like, oh, that's the endocrine system. I was like, oh, okay, so if I get all the sharps, like the C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and G sharp, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's the bridge between the 7 main chakras. Wow. So yeah, I'm just weird. I got the different balls than what people usually get, but yeah, that's why I got them. And they're beautiful, like the music is just so healing, and you just listen to the bowls, you don't have to talk. And music is just so it releases, like the particles from the vibrations from the bowls release into the air, and then they can like somehow just soak into your body, and then it like moves, shifts energy all around your body. And that's how people cry, and they're thinking, why am I crying? But it's because you're releasing things, and that's a good way to release. And I thought, I don't feel comfortable releasing in front of a counsellor, that's just not me, so I'm going to do it this way. And then the light bulb hit, and I thought, I can do sound baths for people who are grieving. And I genuinely believe that my dad sent me that idea. So thanks.
I think he's there, but he's just, you know, like you say, you can't see him like you can see other clients just because you wouldn't believe yourself anyways. But I'm sure he's in behind a lot of things. Yeah, sound baths are amazing. I've gone to some yin yoga sound baths, and they're just, you can feel it like enter your body, the sound waves, and wow, it's just a different kind of energy, I guess, right?
It's just such a powerful method to use for healing.
So you guys are all in for a cheap treat because Megan has agreed to give us a little mini sound bath. She's gonna have to move her computer, so she's gonna do that. She's gonna slip off camera and do that. So, but she will be right back, and she's gonna quickly do that and then a little meditation as well, Megan, or.
Yeah, a little bit, just to let everyone know. I'm not quite sure if you're watching this on your computer or a phone, if it starts to sound crackly, it's just because the sound is traveling through the microphone, so you don't get the full effect. So you might need to turn it down a little bit. And also, if anybody's in the first trimester of pregnancy, so the first 12 weeks, this isn't suitable for them at all. So after the first 12 weeks, so you can't, please don't take part. And anybody with a pacemaker as well, please don't take part. Please be careful. Yeah, it's just so
like Reiki almost, right? You've got to be careful with the energy because you don't know exactly how it may affect.
Exactly. Yeah. So shall I switch my camera off? Or
you can switch your camera off if that you feel more comfortable, but keep talking because we can still hear you, and that's wonderful.
Hi, Jill. She's lovely, Jill. She's one of my clients.
Hi, Jill. Sweet. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know if you said LJ Massey. She must know you as well. She plays
hello. I do. I've been commenting.
Awesome. You brought all your friends. We love it. Thank you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. and we bring you more every week. And we also have a podcast now, so you'll be on our podcast as well when I upload it later today, which will be probably tomorrow morning for you because you're 5 hours ahead. So yeah, it just
I'm
you know,
gonna just
share it, subscribe, give it 5 stars. People will find it. Everybody in the world needs more contact with spirit in all its different forms. So look
There
at
we
the
go.
beautiful setup there.
I
Oh,
thought
it's still light outside.
I'm staying on camera. I'm not going to switch it off.
Okay, awesome.
We're at an angle, but never
That's
mind.
awesome. Okay.
So I just want everybody to, I mean, you don't have to take part, but if you want to, you know, that's, you're very welcome to. But so I just want you to close your eyes. Everyone to close their eyes.
Unless you're driving. Don't close your eyes if you're driving.
Yeah, unless you're driving, don't close your eyes. And I just want you to take some big deep breaths in through the nose and back out through the nose. And in through the nose and out through the nose. I just want you to imagine that you're breathing in through the nose, white light. And I want that white light to fill your lungs and also fill all the way down to your stomach. So when you breathe in, I want you to fill your stomach with air. So breathe from your stomach, not your lungs. And I want you to breathe out through the nose. And when you breathe in, imagine the white light is still moving in through the nose and down to your stomach. And start to see that white light shift up your spine, all the way up to your brain, and back down your spine to your stomach, and slowly moving back up to your brain, and see the white light shifting down again. See it now getting quicker, moving faster. Now I want you to just imagine the white light moving back to your brain. And allow the white light to stay settled in your brain. And now I want you to put all your focus now on your forehead. I want you to visualize a beautiful purple light all around your forehead. And you are now activating your third eye. You are activating your pineal gland inside your brain. So you may start to visualize symbols, any colors. You may start to feel an emotion. And if you do, just give yourself permission to release any emotion. You are in a safe space with me. start to become aware of my voice, or the chair that you were sat on. And just wiggle your toes, wiggle your arms and your hands. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. I don't know how that sounded, but
sounded amazing, really. What did everybody else think? Let us know in the comments, and I'll pop them up for Megan.
When there's vibrating going on, like in your pineal gland, do you guys ever get like this taste? I don't know how to call it.
A taste?
Yeah, there's like a taste I get sometimes when my pineal gland is wiggling or whatever it does. And they're juices. There's juices that come down.
Yeah.
They're collecting juices, and they were going to pour them over it. So instead of dripping, it would come faster. So I don't know when that'll happen.
Yeah. Deanna said, thank you. She's crying. Tuana said,
she's all right.
Beautiful.
She's one of my clients. I hope she's okay. I just felt like I needed to, I don't know, I put my hand up a little bit at the end like that, just to like give some Reiki, because I just thought someone's going to be upset here.
Yeah, I was Reikiing everybody, so at the same time, and I hope you're feeling better too, Teresa, because I was Reikiing you.
There was some crack. Thank you.
The cracking.
You know, though, during the middle, okay, I got a symbol, one thing, but after that, and I was just relaxing, and then suddenly I felt your energy, Megan, in a different way. It was coming across the music, and it was nurturing. I kept thinking, this is a nurse, and no, it's you. And I was feeling that energy, and it would come, and then it would go back. So it would like come and do something specific, and then would withdraw back. So that was kind of neat and beautiful.
Thank you. Everybody's crying. I'm going to start crying in a minute. I don't know why.
Well, it's good that you released all that angst, and that I feel like it was a release of angst and just like pressure from like just tension and pressure. And that when it was lifted off our hearts, then we could just like, it's like almost happy tears almost for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the way it felt like for me.
Teresa, the reason why you felt like it was liquid in your pineal gland is because on your spine, you know, you have like spinal fluid. So when you're doing breath work and you breathe in and then you breathe out and breathe in and breathe out, it's actually it's shifting liquid up and down your spine. All right. Yeah. So that's why I did the light up, down, very gentle though this time for everybody, but it activates your pineal gland. That's what it does. So your pineal gland then starts to release all like melatonin when you've got your eyes closed. Light can't actually enter your eyes. So it starts to release DMT, it starts to release melatonin, and that's why it's called your third eye, and that is why we have weird and wonderful dreams at night. It's like the pineal gland is the gateway to the spirit realm, basically. You know,
it's the portal inside our brain, right?
Exactly. This ball here is called the pineal. So.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. What are your chimes called? Because I often would like I could probably play those.
They are the Koshi chimes. They're very grounding. It's very nice to do at the end of a sound bath. People are a bit like, oh, what's that noise? And it's like kind of more aware of.
Time to wake up.
Tuana said, was it a metallic taste, Teresa?
Yeah, I think if I describe it, it'd be a metallic taste. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So well, that makes sense about the spinal fluid, though. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Boy, people. Now, okay, I'm just going to throw this out there because I got a definite spot for you that I could see you on stage with your soul band doing a similar meditation before you had an evening with spirit for a local area, and your mom was there. She's your boss, managing everything. And that you would give messages out to people after you gave them this little sound bath and got them all grounded. Everybody's in that room. The vibration's really high, and spirit can come through easily. And your audience was there to get some messages from spirit, but to enjoy your sound baths and you were doing it to like a community hall size, not 2,000 people, but maybe 150. So I could see you doing that, and people would just fill in the seats, and I think that was awesome. But yeah,
I have booked a sound bath. I'm hiring the Bolton Masonic Hall on Friday, the 15th of March. That is my first sound bath. So,
perfect.
There you go.
There you go. I think that's just the beginning of things, is what I'm. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. That makes me feel more confident.
I think you need to get the show on the road, like part time. Yeah, I think that can only bring it out to like what we do, but you do it in the hallway. You know what I mean? You do it through that way, and bring the message of music healing and spirit to everyone. That healing. Yeah.
We have the spring equinox coming up as well on the 19th. So I was thinking, do you know what? It's perfect time, and it's around that time. So spring equinox, we're rebirthing ourselves. It's a new beginning for us. So it's a rebirth for me, because it's a new project that I'm doing. So I didn't realize at the time, but it's a perfect date.
Yeah, perfect date. And one of our friends, our co-hosts, special co-hosts here too, Katie Steinley, is doing her kind of her equinox forecast, energy forecast, and she works with biofeedback tones and different things. So she's going to come on and host that show and give us a forecast on the 17th. So you might want to listen in on that, because
Thank you so much for that message.
Oh, you've got another fan here. I love listening to you. You're such a beautiful person. Yes.
Judith, thank you.
And Teresa, and I think she's Faye, but that's us. But anyways.
Fairy, like a fairy. Yeah, I get told that a lot. Yeah.
Fae tribe. Yeah. This is beautiful. Nature probably is an inspiration to you too, I can imagine. So, so people can contact you through those links you gave us, which are attached to this podcast, YouTube, or Breakthrough Network, or even on Jackie Dennis's veryparanormal.com. When I get to uploading all the episodes that I have for this season now, that's my project this week. So you'll be on her Very Paranormal Network again, though I know if you go to the Very Paranormal Network, if you haven't seen enough of Megan today, she's on lots of episodes there, Psychic Diaries. You even have your own little show there at times. Do you still doing that?
Yeah, that was on my YouTube channel. That did come to a standstill for a little while because of other projects, but I am returning to that as well.
Oh, awesome. So you can watch her past projects. You can watch Rescue Mediums there. You can watch. So what else is coming up so have you been working with Jackie, or can you say anything about what you've been doing, or is that still hush hush?
It's kind of top secret, but I can tell you that we are still filming, and we've filmed our 6th episode, and that is all I can tell you.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing that, or maybe I know Jackie was very busy because I've invited her, but she's very busy right now, off on several projects. So hopefully after she comes back from all the places she has been, we'll get her later on this spring or early summer when she's everything calmed down and you guys have launched your projects onto the airways. So, and anything else going on? So sort of tell people what you do in Manchester and what you do on the internet, so we can kind of get a.
So I'm currently in the middle of building my social medias for the Alchemy of Sound. That's the brand name that it's called, because it's like a mixture of sound, the alchemy. That's why I've chosen that. So I'm in the middle of doing that. I'm doing that myself, so it's taken a bit of time. I'm not very quick on that. I'm also filming with Jackie. That's another project that we're doing, and we're hoping that does go out there. We've got plans in place to make that go out there. So basically it's just my readings really, and my Reiki. It's just readings. That's all I'm doing at the moment. I've had other ideas as well to maybe do an evening of maybe clairvoyant messages somewhere, maybe at the Bolton Masonic Hall, but I haven't really, one step at a time I think at the moment, but that's another idea. Yeah,
Awesome.
to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
I have done it before, but it's just I've always been one to do one-to-ones. I've always preferred that, really. It's just more personal to clients. You get more of an in-depth reading, if that makes sense. I don't like going to someone and saying, "Oh yeah, no, I've got granddad here, and he says this, he says that, blah blah blah," and then I've moved on to someone else. I feel like that client would need more, so that's why I don't tend to do them as much. But if I was to do them, I'd probably give them try and give them an in-depth reading. Well, like I said, spirit try and direct me. They guide me who to go to whoever, and it's one step at a time. Yeah.
What healing, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. So people can reach out to you and also connect with you through the internet, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. We hope to have you on again when you're kind of up in the out there, and we can talk more openly about all your new projects going on. And are you going away anywhere special this year, or are you just sticking close to home?
Yeah, I've got plans in place. Going with somebody.
Ooh.
Woohoo.
Yeah, things are going well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have opened up and grown a lot of trust and confidence in that area. So, which I thought I'd never would. But yeah, we are going on holiday to different places and seeing the world. Yeah, and their energy is very beautiful, and there's a really great connection there. So,
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Juana says, thank you for the meditation. It was a true gift today. That's how
Thank
I feel too.
Thank you for listening and having me on your show. Honestly, thank you. You girls do amazing for the community, and you bring people together, and you have so many different abilities and unique people on your show, and it's just great to watch.
There's so much out there, and somebody's going to resonate with something in some way. Someone, we are hope for healing and information, and just what else do you think, Teresa? You're the one who started this all, so what's your thought on that? Yeah.
What I want to say about this is it's way more fun than I thought that it would be. Because we learned so much before and after the show and different things. It's a lot harder than I thought it was, but I think we're growing right now. So I don't think that we'll always be as recognizable just like this. We're growing and expanding, and the love is growing. I could feel that sweltering up. Ooh, it's going to be fun.
That's so cool. So thank you again for coming on today. And any last words, Teresa or Megan, before we?
Just thank you to all my clients for booking in with me. Like, honestly, thank you. It's my full-time job, so without you, I don't know what I'd be doing.
It's so cool that they all came to visit us today. And if you like this show, please share it out. If you want to listen to it while you're on the way in the car on Monday, it should be all uploaded to the podcast. Seek us out wherever you do look for podcasts. It's Spirit Sessions of View of the Light. You can find us. We have 4 seasons on. This is our 4th season on the podcasting. We're number 7 season here on lives and on the YouTube. So thanks so much for joining us. And we've come a long way, baby, haven't we, Teresa? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And Bex, we hope, will be with us next week. But darn Bex, those gingers, they're always in demand and very busy. So she unfortunately had to work this weekend. But we're so glad you all could join us. And thanks again, Megan, for being
Thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, thank you.